But we do want to begin with this Fox 5 News alert. The woman re-indicted for murdering her two children will stay in custody.
In the last hour, a judge denying bond for Catherine Hoggle more than 10 years after her kids disappeared. Fox 5's Bob Barnard once again outside the Montgomery County Courthouse with the major developments on this case. Bob?
Yeah, hey guys, this is Bob here. Look, this is all just taking place in the last hour here. The judge here, who is hearing some evidence as to whether Catherine Hoggle should be released or not, said, look, she is a flight risk and a danger to herself and the community, especially. Now, take a look. The most recent photograph of her is a mugshot taken last week after a grand jury indicted her on 2 counts of murder, and she was rearrested. We've heard in open court today from Montgomery County State's Attorney John McCarthy, who's prosecuting this case himself, that she had been sent to a halfway house out on the Eastern Shore and was just kind of coming and going on her own, that there were no conditions upon her release from the maximum security psychiatric hospital in Jessup, Maryland. We also heard in open court something that apparently the authorities and the family has known ever since Jacob and Sarah Hoggle disappeared in September of 2014, that at the time of their disappearance, Catherine Hoggle allegedly told a person in a group counseling session before she was arrested, but after the kids were missing in those couple of days, that she strangled her 2 children. And that shortly after that, at about the time she was arrested, several days after the children's disappearance, that with her wallet, police found a drawing of a trash can. Now, State's Attorney John McCarthy would not make a conclusion, but clearly people have known, apparently, and we're just finding out today, that Catherine Hoggle allegedly admitted to strangling her kids and drew a picture of a trash can, perhaps indicating that she placed their bodies in a dumpster or something. That is new. That's a conclusion the prosecutors won't make openly to the media or in court just yet. Here now is reaction this afternoon from State's Attorney John McCarthy and Troy Turner, the children's father, after the judge said Catherine Hoggle must stay in jail without bond.
I am more hopeful today than I have been in the past, based on the progress that Catherine has made, based on her being released, no longer a danger to herself or others, and they've stabilized her on medication. We never got to that point before.
I don't really know that much changes. You know, after 11 years, like I would say, it's amazing what you can get used to. So, I mean, it's, you know, it feels like, I guess it feels like we're in a little bit of a better place to kind of keep things moving forward one way or the other.
Now, Catherine Hoggle had been charged years ago with the murder of her 2 children, but she was declared by the medical doctors that she was incompetent to stand trial and not restorable. That is something, the most recent conclusion made along those lines was in 2022, when those previous murder charges had to be, by statute, dropped because of a statute of limitations, if you will. But in court today, prosecutors are making the argument that she is now competent, that she is restorable, and that she should go forward and face these murder charges in open court. Guys.
Thank you, Bob, for the update. Meanwhile, Fox 5 today visiting the neighborhood in Chestertown, Maryland, on the Eastern Shore, where Catherine Hoggle had been living prior to her arrest last week. Authorities say that when Hoggle was released from the maximum security state psychiatric hospital in Jessup, Maryland, last month and was transferred to a group home there in Kent County, a neighbor says she witnessed the arrest at gunpoint. Now, last Friday, another neighbor tells Fox 5 that she has concerns that there's a halfway house in the community that she did not know about.
I would see her sitting out on the front steps. She was always wearing something black, so that's how I knew it was the same person. But this bothers me because we're talking about a person who has mental health issues and may or may not have killed her children. And there are children in this neighborhood. There are senior citizens in this neighborhood. I want to be sure that we're safe here.
Well, meanwhile, Montgomery County Police saying that its officers are says its officers are part of a regional fugitive task force run by U.S. Marshal Service, made the arrest of Catherine Hoggle in Chestertown last Friday.